But being in there with her silent mother was worse than going to church. She felt stifled, unable to breathe. The sadness was thick enough to choke on. Grandmother Beulah was just as quiet as her daughter. She and Rose had never been close, and Beulah seemed surprised to find her back, tall, quiet Elise in tow, settling into the adobe house not out of desire to be close to her mother, but simply because Rose had no place else to go. All the words had gone out of Elise's life. At dinner time, instead of conversation, there was a bare minimum of spoken language. Pass the salt. Tortillas? I'll wash up. Elise heard only the sounds of knives and forks on the pottery plates, the sounds of chewing and swallowing. She often sat at the dinner table, pushing her food around her plate, wishing that someone would speak. She wished she could hear her father's voice, telling a story about his day. She wished she could look up into his twinkling blue eyes, wished she could see him wink at her. She wished she could hear him laugh and watch her mother's face light up and laugh with him. School was no better. 2 months into first grade, and Elise still felt like a flamingo, transplanted to the desert. She was too tall, even at 6. Fair-skinned, fair-haired, blue-eyed. She spoke no Spanish, which came flowing like mountain water out of the mouths of all the other first-graders. She wore dresses, plaid with Peter Pan collars and white ankle socks edged in lace. Everyone else wore jeans. But the J.C. Penney in this small town didn't bother to carry anything resembling long, and Elise was stuck, her dresses just deepening the divide between her and the others. At recess, Elise walked around the perimeter of the playground, kicking her black and white loafers against the red gravel. She toyed with the buttons on her sweater, a coarse gray wool that Beulah had knitted, insistent that warm and practical was much more important than soft and pretty. Monica was on the jungle gym, her knees locked over the top bar, hanging upside down. Her hair hung down like blue-black raven feathers. She kept it chin-length, unlike the other girls who all had long braids. Even at 6, Monica was too much of a tomboy to worry about her hair. She never wore a dress. Elise had seen her only in jeans and snap-up cowboy shirts, hand-me-downs from her 3 older brothers. Lloyd Bunker, the undisputed class bully, sauntered over, his 2 buddies, Charlie and Glenn, right behind him. He was tall, like Elise, but stocky. His face and arms were covered with freckles. His dark red hair stood up in spikes that refused to bend to his mother's comb and water, and she had long ago given up trying to tame his hair or his manners. Well, well, well. His voice and his posture were all stage manners, designed to show Charlie and Glenn and anyone else who was watching that he was the boss. Look at the monkey engine hanging in the trees. Monica pulled herself into an upright position and jumped to the ground. She spread her feet slightly, her hands clenched and unclenched by her sides. Her black eyes flashed. She was at least a head shorter than Lloyd and many pounds lighter, but she did not seem to notice. What did you say? Her voice was barely audible. I said, Lloyd drew out his words, enjoying the power, enjoying the attention that was gathering around them. Look at the monkey engine. He turned slightly, grinned at Charlie standing behind him on the right. I wonder what's worse, being a monkey or being engine? He raised a finger to his chin and tipped his head as if he were lost in deep thought. Or is it the same? Charlie and Glenn laughed. Lloyd turned back to Monica, his eyes growing flat and hard. Even a dirty Mexican is better. Can't think of anything worse than engine. Maybe I should call John Wayne, tell him we got an engine that needs killing. Monica jumped, her body lifting and slamming into Lloyd. He fell backward to the gravel, and Monica sat on his chest, pummeling his face with her fists. The children gathered around them, yelling. Mrs. Valdez hurried over, shouting,